like to extend a warm and thankful welcome to everybody who is here tonight. Particularly, I'd like to welcome the people from Branford and from Madison who have come over here to Guilford. We really deeply appreciate your attendance here on just short notice. Before I introduce the governor, I do want to recognize some of the dignitaries that we have here this evening. John Opie, where's John? John is a Republican candidate for first selectman in the town of Branford. And we have a whole host of Madison people here tonight. I'm not going to single you out individually, but I just want to thank you very, very much for coming over. Also, we have our candidate here in Guilford for first selectman, Joe Mazza, right here to my right. And we expect to have a very successful November, so that's good. Also, I would like to recognize our great friend, Vincent Candelora, Representative Candelora from the 86th, from North Branford. He's been a great friend of mine for several years and a great friend of our town committee here. So thanks, Vin, for coming over. Before I introduce the governor, I just wanted to make a couple of comments and then, everybody be on their way. I've been involved in civic life here in Guilford for about 12 years. And I can't recall a time when it has been better to be a Republican, and it is getting better for us every day. Now, I'm not saying that out of any sense of, confidence or hubris or whatever. I mean, certainly we don't have all the answers to all the questions, and I think we realize that. But what I do know, and I think everybody in this room knows, is that the Democrats, and I don't mean to sound trite, but the Democrats are clueless. I don't think they have any idea as to how to address the problems that are facing this state and this nation. I think we should all be thankful that we have a Republican governor in this state, Jody Rell, who has done just an incredible job under what have to be the most trying circumstances one can imagine. I know that a lot of you people here read the Hartford Courant. There was a poll today done by the Quinnipiac University. The poll results were announced today. Governor Rell had an approval rating of 59%. Now, I know, Governor, that's probably a new low for you, but I think for most elected officials in the United States, they would die for that kind of a rating. So, I think it's a marvelous testament to the job that you are doing as governor, and I want you to know that everybody in this room greatly appreciates the job, the difficulty of the job that you are trying to do with the Democratic majorities in the Senate and the House. So again, I want to welcome Governor Rell to Guilford, and thank you very, very much for coming to visit with us this evening. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave, for the introduction and for the kind words. I just turned to Ben when he said, "This is a great time to be a Republican." I said, "Yeah, right." But I don't mean that for all of us. I just meant that we've obviously just come off one of the biggest budget battles in the history of the state of Connecticut. We're not alone, folks. Almost every state, except North Dakota and Alaska. They both have oil, by the way. So they didn't have a budget deficit this year. They actually had surpluses. Go figure. And they also had Republicans, which kind of helps a little bit. I'm not going to give you a long and boring political speech. We are here for candidates tonight. But I just want to say, and Vin standing over there, we need more Republicans. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We need it at this level, on the town level, on the city level, and then, of course, on the state level. You don't know what a year, I can speak for myself, that I've had. But people like Ben Candelora and others who are in the House and in the Senate, when you have such overwhelming numbers, out of 151, they have 114. In the Senate, out of 36 senators, we have 12 Republicans. They have 24 Democrats. In both the House and the Senate, they have enough votes to override the gubernatorial veto. And trust me, except on the budget, they are trying every single time. Whatever their wishes are, they simply say, we've got the votes, we've got the votes. And it's not just a matter of having an attitude problem when it comes to certain bills. It's an arrogance of power. And I think Vin would agree with me that I've never seen in the years that I have been involved in politics. There is an arrogance that says, we've got the votes, we don't care what you want, we're going to do it our way. There's also an arrogance in Hartford right now about, we know what's best for the state, so just get out of our way. Every family that I talk to right now tells me, we've had to make difficult decisions in cutting back. Why can't the state do the same thing? We've had to cut back in all of the things that we provide for our family. The state can't provide for everyone right now. You've got to cut back. Families don't have the opportunity right now to just go out and say, get some more money off of a tree or go raise some more money over here. They're losing their jobs and they're hearing about this and reading about this. And just this week, I've been on the phone with the unions and with the president and CEO of UTC and Pratt. What do you think 1,000 people right now who are facing the loss of a job are feeling when they go home every night and they sit at their kitchen table or at their dining room table wondering if they're going to have a job in another 2 weeks or another 2 months? And then they pick up the paper and they read that the state of Connecticut, they can't cut spending. They've been asked to cut spending, but they can't seem to do it. Families are not happy.